everyone, my name is Diane Magnolia and welcome to my channel. I apologize that I've been MIA. There have been some technical difficulties that have prevented me from being able to edit and upload videos, which is very frustrating. Hopefully I can get this one up soon. I had been wanting to film a meditation about fear and overcoming it. So first off, if you can get into a comfortable seated meditative position, I just have my legs crossed. You can do it in lotus position. Actually, I'm going to do a half lotus. You can see my little purple sock. Half lotus. Just get yourself into a comfortable position with your hands on your knees or in your lap, whatever is more comfortable. And we're just going to start off with some deep breaths. Going to inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, like you're blowing out a candle. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and with each breath, I want you to feel it going deeper, slower, and becoming more relaxed and natural. You want the type of drip of breath that you have while you're asleep, just a deep, steady, relaxed breath, nothing forced. Nothing shallow. Inhale. We're going to lengthen our spine, roll back our shoulders. Make sure your chin is parallel to the ground. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Now we're just going to breathe through our nose. As you keep breathing deeply, with each breath relaxing more and more, sinking deeper and deeper into your seat, your muscles relaxing, getting warmer. I'm going to start talking about this concept of fear. So we all experience fear to some degree, whether it's a phobia, anxiety, PTSD, scary movies, whatever it is, we all have those triggers, those things that cause fear. And unfortunately, sometimes we allow fear to hold us back from doing the things that will bring us joy in life. And that's the kind of fear that I want to discuss today. We all have dreams, things that we daydream about, things that we would like to do someday, but maybe don't feel is actually possible. Things that when we look at other people, we wish we had that. We get jealous or sad because we feel like we're just never going to be able to get there. And it's because of this fear. And in psychology, there's this thing called the ego, which, ego isn't necessarily, we have this concept of egotistical. It's not quite the same thing. The ego is that thing inside of us, inside of our brain, that just needs to protect us. And so the ego tries to keep us safe, tries to keep us in a safe little bubble, like an overprotective parent, let's say. And so the ego, that's what it tries to do. It tries to keep us in this little bubble. And any kind of fear or anxiety, the ego will try to keep us away from. Anything that's uncomfortable, anything that's new even. It doesn't even have to be something scary, but just uncomfortable, different, out of the ordinary for you. Any kind of change. And so the ego seeks comfort within this little bubble. It tries to keep us there. And it will tell us these things to keep us there. It will tell us lies, or it will exaggerate things, or make us think of the worst case scenario, or, whatever it is that it needs to do to keep us within that little bubble. But the thing is, in order to truly achieve our dreams and create real lasting happiness and fulfillment, to be able to live our dream lives, we need to step out of that bubble. We need to seek comfort in discomfort, as we speak of a lot in yoga. We need to be able to take charge of our life. We need to be able to take these risks. And so that's the ego always tries to protect us from that. The ego is afraid of change, is afraid of risk, is afraid of failure, and convinces us that is exactly what's going to happen if we take that leap or that step. And so it'll tell us that it's not worth it, we're not good enough, it's not possible, whatever it needs to tell us in order to get us to believe that and stay within our bubble. But the thing is, like I said, you need to overcome that in order to be able to achieve the life of your dreams. And one thing that I really love that I learned from a friend of mine, Kristen Lynch, is feel the fear and do it anyways. So being brave isn't about being fearless. I like that term fearless, but it's really hard to get to that point where you just don't feel fear. There's certain things that I'm pretty fearless about because I've felt the fear and I've overcome it, and I'm like, well, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore, But at first there is that fear, and so you don't have to be fearless, you have to be brave. Brave is taking action despite fear. Brave is feeling the fear, allowing yourself to admit that you're afraid, and honoring that part of yourself, and then being like, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyways. Give a middle finger to that fear and say, I know you're there, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm not gonna listen to you, ego. I'm gonna do it anyways. So that is what being brave is. That is what achieving your dreams is. You, like I said, you have to find comfort in the discomfort. You have to push yourself. You have to push your boundaries and be willing to change. Be willing to be uncomfortable, because that's where the growth is. I mean, you remember when we were all little children and we would go through these growing pains, these physical growing pains, where, it seems like overnight you're suddenly 3 inches taller. Well, in my case, like this much taller, but it's still very physically painful. You feel it in your legs, in your back, even in your arms sometimes. And that's what it's like to grow into becoming the person that lives your dreams, because the person that you are right now There's nothing wrong with you. Absolutely not. You're perfectly imperfect. However, there is a certain level of up-leveling, as many people like to say, or growth that you need to reach. You need to step into or align with this higher version of yourself in order to be able to live the life of your dreams. And that's going to take growing pains. That's going to take discomfort. That's going to take facing fears. And so that's what I want to share with you today is change is scary, but change is the only constant in life. And so you have to face the fear. You have to feel the fear. And you have to act despite it. So whatever thing that you've been thinking about that you want to do, but you are terrified, and yet there's that part of you that's excited, that's the thing that you need to be doing. For me, it was starting this channel. It's been moving to new places hasn't really been scary for me anymore because I've done it like 30 times, but traveling on my own for the first time, going to China to teach English, doing those things that brought me so much joy and fulfillment and led me to where I am today. Even getting divorced was terrifying. I can't put it into words, but now both David and I are so much happier and we're both thriving on our own because it was time. We had a great run, we love each other, but it was time. And so those things that you are terrified of, but you know that it will bring you joy, starting my coaching business, all these things, going back to university, those are the things that you need to do because they're going to be so worth it. No matter how terrified you are, and even if you're literally crapping your pants, that's what you need to do. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. So getting back into the deep breathing, I hope you've been doing it that whole time. I apologize for not reminding you. We're going to just take a few more for a minute. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply as you think of one thing, one fear that you're going to overcome this week. That you're going to feel the fear and do it anyways. Think of it in your mind. Inhale it. And with an exhale, you're going to affirm that you will take action this week, no matter how scared you are. Now gently open your eyes and smile. And if you need any kind of support with facing these fears and getting to where you are living the life of your dreams, I will put the information to my programs down below. I will be raising my price soon, so be sure to hop on while I still have the lower prices. And I will see you next week in next week's video. I love you all. Goodbye. Namaste.